Question that I got was, how do you play a player? Now, to be real with you, I got to do a disclaimer on this video. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is going to make you feel good about yourself after you get done. It may not. Depends on you as a person. I'm not going to sit here and say that these things that you will be doing are morally, up to code. I don't know what your morals are. If you notice in any video, I never tell you what to do. I tell you how to do what you want to do. Okay, so if you want to play a player, hey, I'm happy for you. Do your thing. I'm not going to try to be a moral judge for you because that's not my job, and I'm not, I have no right to do that. So I'm just going to give you some information, and, this will work. Whether to make you feel great about what you did or not, I don't know. I'm not you, so I can't tell you. That was my disclaimer. Anyway, the first step to playing a player is you have to accept the fact that you got played. As long as you're still trying to fight against the fact that you got played, the player will always have the upper hand. You will never be able to get your balance back. You'll never be able to get your power back. As long as you keep fighting against the fact that you got played. So you just got to accept it and let go. Let go of that. Don't make it a big deal in your head anymore. Just say, okay, I got played. I'm cool with it. That's the first step to playing a player. The second step to playing a player is you need to go no contact for a little while. Now, this is not necessarily going no contact so that you can hurt the player's feelings or get back at him or whatever, because generally players really don't care. But what this is doing for you is it's allowing you to regroup and get your head together, allowing you to accept the fact that you got played, allowing you to emotionally cool down a little bit, allowing you to get yourself to a position where you can start living again. And you can, you're going to still have some residual damage and anger and resentment toward the fact that you got played. That's going to happen. But it gives you a chance to cool down a little bit and start wrapping your head around some logic and start seeing exactly what you want to do and put your plan into action. Number 3 step to playing a player. Start looking for other people to talk to. A lot of times when you get played by somebody, the first thing you want to do is get back at them again. Okay, I want to play this person. I want to get back at them. I want to do them in. I'm about to kill this person. I'm about to say this. I'm about to say that. I'm about yada, yada, yada. You go into that whole process. Or you'll sit on the couch and be sad. Oh, well, I'm not talking to anybody else because I got played. I don't want this to happen again. You don't want to put yourself in that position. What you want to do is you want to go out there and start talking to other people. What this does is it helps to take your mind off the player a little bit. It also helps you to just get out into the world and make you less available to the player. So when you're doing the no contact thing, it's a little easier because you're starting to focus on some other people, starting to get out there and start, enjoying other people a little bit. And this could be a very good time to do it because you're kind of still worried about the player a little bit. So it kind of can help you with other people sometimes because you seem a little aloof and people can kind of think that's sexy. The number 4 step to playing a player. Reconnect with the player and use them as an emotional dump. Once you get to the point where you've been talking to some other people and you start getting interested in them, this is a good time to reconnect with the player, which you're going to probably be like, what? It's a good time for me to reconnect with the player when I'm liking somebody else? This is stupid. Hear me out. You have to understand that this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. You have to understand that there's an end game here. When you reconnect with the player, you want to use this person as an emotional dump. What you want to do with this person is you basically want to use them so that you don't become too clingy and needy with other people that you're trying to get in a relationship with. You know that the player is going to play you. You know they probably already think you're pathetic based on some stuff that you've done. You know that they already have got the upper hand on you and already kind of won. You've accepted the fact that they played you. Well, now is a good opportunity for you to kind of use them. You hit them up every once in a while. Hey, what's up? I really like you. I wish things would have worked out. Yada, yada, yada. Now, because they're a player, they're going to have to accept that phone call or that text message or that email, whatever form you start talking to. They might not be taking your phone calls, but they will be listening to those emails. They are looking at those emails. They will be looking at those text messages. They will be looking at Facebook messages, whatever they have access to. They'll look at them. The reason why is because a player is eternal. If you're dealing with a real player, a player is eternal. They're not going to just leave you alone. They're waiting for the cycle to come back around so that they can deal with you again on their terms. So that means they're going to accept messages and things from you. this is good for you because what it gives you the opportunity to do is to dump on them emotionally. Anytime just anything you're feeling. If you're feeling a little nervous about a date you're about to go on, hit that player up. Hey, what's up? Wish things would have worked out between us. And you just start talking junk, whatever you want to say. Just stupid stuff. It doesn't matter. You just kind of say whatever you want to say and emotionally dump on this player. This player is going to let you do that because they're looking at it in a situation like, okay, this person's still hitting me up. That means they still like me and I'm going to be able to keep using them. But really, you're using them and you're emotionally dumping on them. So now with the new person that you really like a little bit, what you can do is you can seem a little bit aloof. You can seem like you're not desperate, like you're not coming off of a rebound or like you're lame or whatever the case may be. You seem pretty darn cool because a lot of your focus is on the player still. So you don't have time to be nervous when you get on the date because you're still focused on something the player was saying to you. So this gives you a little bit more ability to be cool, calm, and collected because all of your weird, nervous, crazy energy you just dumping out there on that player. Because they already think little of you anyway, so it doesn't matter. You can't really go down a peg in their eyes. Who cares what they think anyway? Okay, number 5 step to playing a player. Take personal shots. When you reconnect with that person and you start talking to them a little bit more, this is just fun for you to do. When you take these personal shots at them, just little stuff. It might be something about how they look. Not just saying they're ugly or anything like that, but just kind of taking a little bit of shot at something about them. Their sexual prowess, a little bit of a shot. Their personality, a little bit of a shot. When you take these little shots at them, what it does is sometimes, now best case scenario, they get, like I said, I'm not saying this in a moral way or anything like this. I'm telling you, this is just a strategy. You can use it and it can work for you. Now, when you take these shots at this person, a lot of times they're going to get emotionally connected to the shots. Not to you, but to the shot you just took at them. And they're going to get pissed off. This is cool because now you can have an emotional exchange with them. This gives you more ability to dump your emotions on them. Oh, now I get to talk trash about you. Okay, and when you talk trash back and forth, you already felt like crap when it came to them anyway. They already had the upper hand. So all they can do in an exchange is give away the upper hand. They can't get it because they already had it. So when you take those little shots at them, they're still going to keep talking to you, even though you're taking these shots at them, because they don't want to accept the fact that you don't like them anymore. So make sure you take those little bitty shots, just something to make you feel good. If they bite and you go back and forth, it's just going to make you feel even better. If they don't, then you just get to take free shots at them, which is going to make you feel a little bit better. Number 6, the number 6 step to playing a player. As things move forward with you and the other people you're talking to, you just stop calling the player. And then you use them as needed. You use them on breaks. When you don't have anybody, you hit that player up. Hey, what's up, player? Yada, yada, yada. Now, here's what happens. And this is going to be crazy to you. This might sound crazy. But here's what happens to a player. As you start doing this, the cycle is going to come and pass for the player. They're going to start saying to themselves, wait a minute, every time this person picks up the phone or texts me or whatever, they talk to me for a little while, then they stop talking to me. But I don't really feel like I'm gaining any ground with this person. This is when the player's ego starts kicking in. See, a lot of people try no contact on players. A lot of people try to turn the tables on players. But what happens is they don't have a long-term strategy. And players are really, really good at waiting people out. That's what they do. They're really, really good at staying unemotionally involved. But since you've been emotionally dumping on them, all the while you've been trying to build relationships with someone else, what ends up happening is the player starts taking on some of your emotions because they're emotionally connected to the fact that they just don't feel like they're winning anymore. As long as a player is winning, they're always going to feel like they have the upper hand and they're always going to be calm, cool, and collected. But what you'll notice is as they start losing, as they start feeling like they're losing, then they'll start grasping. They'll start doing more and more to try to rebuild and try to get you back on the hook. This is when it becomes easier for you because now this person is motivation for you with other people. You just keep using the fact that they're trying so hard as a builder for your self-esteem and your confidence. And that's going to help you be with other people. Now basically what you've done is you reverse the situation on a player. Even though the player is not necessarily chasing you, They're chasing the fact that they're not winning. They're chasing that victory. But as they chase that victory, they're going to help you build your self-esteem. They're going to help you build your confidence when you deal with other people. Because that player is going to keep on doing things to try to make you get back on the hook again. And all that's going to do is make you stronger when you deal with the next person. So now basically you've turned the tables on a player and you've used them as fuel to be able to get somebody else. You're using them whenever you need them as an emotional dump. You're using them whenever you need them as an emotional crutch. You're using them whenever you need them to help you talk to other people and feel confident. And there's nothing they can do about it because the player in them is going to force them to want to win and to want to try to take control of that situation again. And since you're not emotionally connecting in any other way other than to dump on them, the only thing that they can do is to pursue you to try to get you back on the hook. And as long as you don't go back into that, there's nothing they can do but just be your motivator. There's nothing they can do but help you find other people. They can't do anything about it. The player in them is going to force them to have to win. That's the only Achilles heel. They don't get emotionally connected, but they do have to win.